I want to finish up the story I was telling you folks. So I had this boyfriend I loved, and then there was a guy I had a crush on, and he had a crush on me. So there was drama that started. I told you guys that in the Stalkers Will Be Exposed situation, and I broke up with my boyfriend, so I was available. So I wanted to write a story about that because it was similar to one of my favorite movies, a movie by Chaz Palminteri called A Bronx Tale. I'm from the Bronx. I love that movie, and I wanted to kind of do a real-life Bronx Tale. So when they started all of this drama, they were trying to say that I shouldn't write that story, as though they have control over me. The reason I didn't write the story was because I wanted to contact the guy I had the crush on to get his permission. Because now I'm glad I did that. That was, I think it was 2016, 2017. I tried to contact him, couldn't get in touch with him. And I really made an effort because I wanted to tell that story. In 2011, I went to Vegas, and at one of the hotels, I think it was the Venetian, they had this giant sign with Chaz Palminteri on it, and it was A Bronx Tale, was a play. And I took a picture in front of it. I was just like so blown away that I'm in Vegas, but something from the Bronx, you know, a reference to the Bronx. And I was thinking about it, and something happened that year I don't want to get into yet, but I was going to try to talk about that, but didn't get a chance. And so in 2016, 2017, I really started going through the idea because I said, boy, it would be great because I think there was a similar situation as the movie. And I just couldn't get in touch with the person, so I decided to can it. When this started, they broke into the apartment and started looking through things. So they found like old letters, not from my crush, but like old letters from different people. That's part of the reason this is a big deal, because they broke into the apartment more than once, and they broke in using a key. And the only people who had access to my key in 24 years was in 2016 and 2017. That's how I know partially who's connected to all this drama. And that links back to the guy I told you in Liars Aren't Coming Forward. So when they broke into the apartment, I was less concerned about the stuff and more concerned about my private letters, my private writing, because then they would be able to harass other people. So I called the police. I kept notifying the FBI, the CIA, Interpol, every group out imaginable. And I hope that if there's someone going through this and in any way they're connected to me, they do the same thing. Please don't engage with these people. Call every law group, at them on Twitter. I called the FBI. I don't know the number for the CIA, so I just added them on Twitter. I added Interpol on Twitter. But maybe at some point I'll call them, because now I'm not only concerned for myself, I'm concerned about the other people. And when they keep referencing that whole thing. It started out as, instead of it being my real life Bronx Tale, it started as letters to the guy's name. And they keep referencing him. So I'm concerned about his safety. I would never want these people to attack anybody else. So for me, it's now less about the writing and more about that person's safety and the safety of the other people they mentioned. The last part of this I wanted to talk about was that they were saying that they would be able to clone my voice and pretend to be me by calling other people. If you get a call from me, it's not me. I am doing everything in public. I haven't called any of these people since this started. If you get a call and someone says, it's Shamega, it's not me. They found somebody who they think sounds like me, then they tried to do it probably with some computer-generated voice. It's searchable. Search, or even look at a YouTube video that says cloning voices. It's not me. Listen to the audio that I played where you can hear how these voices to me sound kind of computer-generated sometimes, and sometimes they sound like an actual voice. It's not me. If you hear somebody talking about something, it's not me. I'm doing everything on camera. Okay, if they're doctoring videos, call the police. If you ever hear me talking about you and mentioning your name, because I haven't mentioned any names, call the police. Contact the FBI, CIA, Interpol on Twitter. I don't know their numbers, so I contacted FBI and Interpol. No, I contacted the FBI on phone too. but Interpol and the CIA on Twitter, let people know this is happening. And I know I'm not the only one, but I can only tell my story. And at some point, my mom will tell her story because she's experiencing the same things. They're following her and they stop, look in her direction to let her know and intimidate her. We're both Black, obviously. So it's not like she's, you know, and a lot of them are white. They have hired other races, but the main ones are white. And that's how I know that this is connected to this other group of people who felt like I should be in some way intimidated by them. A lot of them are also foreign and they have foreign accents. That's the other thing. So they tried to at one point say that this is some other group of people. And I'm like, those people they're not even into this type of stuff. Okay? So the majority are white. Most of them have accents. So they're foreign born. I don't know why a group of foreign born people would be so interested in me, but they have that same look, like they're like leering at me. And now that I'm sickly and I don't look the same way I looked before, they kind of treat me worse. They were nicer when I wasn't sickly, which is sad because they're the ones making me sick. But I think the idea is to have me running back and forth to the hospital and to the doctor and get me to, you know, be comfortable. And I think how this started, they started saying that this is some sort of personality test to see if I'm the type of person who's like a martyr or someone who would give up my freedom for my, you know, they're coming up with all these different things to kind of make it sound like, okay, oh, you're the type of person who would sacrifice yourself for someone else. No, I'm not. Oh, you want a husband. They call me a loser because I don't have a husband and kids. There are millions of people who don't have a husband and kids. That doesn't make you a loser. But you get how they want to make it sound like a personality assessment, but it's more a form of abuse. What form of abuse will suck me in? So the latest form of abuse is attacking other people. So they started attacking the guy. They started attacking family members, attacking my mother. That's the latest form of abuse. That has nothing to do with personality. That's just another abuse tactic. And I was talking at one point to someone about the art of war. And one of the things that they do, one of the things that's described in that book is how you isolate people. And they told me I'm at war with a particular country. And part of that